Modern medicine, Western medicine is 100 years old. Ayurveda is 5,000 years old. The word Ayurveda means science of life. It's really learning how to live. And before the Western medicine came about, that's all there was. So it's a little comical that they call that the alternative medicine,
Yeah.
but the Western medicine, the main medicine. But nonetheless, it's been there for ages. And the learning how to live, changing lifestyles. So lifestyles can include how to eat, how to think of food as medicine, how to eat according to what you need to heal, how to be in harmony with the nature's cycle, like sun rises and sets at a time, and then if you harmonize your lifestyle, your day according to that, sleep at a certain time, wake up at a certain time, you're going to be able to experience optimum health. So dosha is based on the 5 element theory. The 5 elements are fire, earth, water, space, and earth. So when you look at nature, everything living is made up of one or combination of those 5 elements. And when you look at the human body, a proportion, a combination of these elements is what is also in our body. Not to say that we have fire or earth element, but the functionality. What's the function of fire? The function of fire is to warm things up, to give you the energy to get on, do what you need to do in your life. Too much can burn, too little can not be enough, right? Mm-hmm. So where's the fire in the body? It comes from your digestion. So one of the organs that are involved in the digestion is your liver and gallbladder. So if there's too much heat in those organs, that heat can move to other parts in the body, giving you all kinds of diseases like skin diseases, hypertension, eczema, rashes, and many other. So you're going deeper than just the disease. You're going into the organs, and the liver and gallbladder are very much closely related to the blood tissue and the plasma tissue. It can give you blood disorders. Chakra there is between the mind and the body, there's a pranic body. That's where the chakras are. And chakras are really nothing more than large marma points, if you will. But Western medicine looks at them as piece of mass, muscle. It's not just that. There's energetics, there's patterns, there's memories that are embedded in those, in that part of the body. No, everybody has different imbalance, and 2 people can have the same imbalance, but it could come from different things, right? Okay. So just because 2 people walk in, you can have the same imbalance. I may prescribe different things for you, because it all depends on how you created yours, how your lifestyle is, and how he created his. Yeah. So no, it's very unique to each individual. And so the recommendations are not, the recommendations can be based on a number of things. The lifestyle changes, also Ayurvedic herbal medicines, and these are not they address the root causes of the problem. And I also teach, a lot of the issues are, stress is very predominant in our culture. So I teach people meditation and teaching people about food, about how to look at, just like we have functionality of one or more of the 5 elements, same way you can look at a food and figure out what element is in there. Suppose, for example, popcorn. So what 5 elements are in the popcorn? Air, earth, what is it? Air, earth, water, heat. Popcorn, it pops, right? There's a lot of air, right? Somebody who already has an imbalance that consists of the air element, and if they keep on eating more popcorn, they're going to create more of the same.
So what kind of, what does an air imbalance mean?
So air imbalance means, so there are, the 5 elements then are reduced down to 3 doshas. Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Do you know any of these?
Yeah, we like took an online quiz.
Quiz, okay. And Vata is made up of air and space, right? And any Vata imbalances can result in, most predominantly they result in anxiety disorders, anxiety and nervous system disorders. So when you think about the air element, what does air do? It moves things.
Right.
So what moves things in the body?
Blood.
Blood moves things. Your circulatory system, everything moves. Respiratory system, digestion. Food has to move from the esophagus into the stomach and eliminate. Breath moves, speech moves. So pretty much the whole body is governed by the Vata dosha. So Vata dosha is air. If that is out of balance, it can create imbalances in any number of ways.
How do you balance like the air or whatever?
Yeah, so how do you balance? So how you balance is like somebody, suppose you came in with the Vata imbalance. So Vata imbalance can also be, people are just moving, they're fidgeting, they're twirling their hair, they're really excited, they want to go here, they want to go there, they want to do it all. They can't pay, they're all over the place. And how it manifests physically, they could have insomnia, they could have anxiety, they could have dry skin, they could have constipation. If these conditions continue to be chronic, they can have arthritis as people get older. Okay? So how do you balance? So you look at their lifestyle. So air moves. Air can be very chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So if their lifestyle is chaotic, which means I eat whatever, whenever, I sleep whatever, whenever, they are creating that imbalance. So you bring routine, discipline into their lives. So they eat at a certain time, they sleep at a certain time, they get up at a certain time. So air is very light. How would you settle the light? Is you give them some heavy food. Coincidentally, a lot of people with Vata imbalance, they're very thin. They love to run. They like the feel of air. They move like the wind. They move like the air. They can't sit still. The other two is Pitta and Kapha.
So what is Pitta?
So Pitta is mostly fire, a little bit of water. Kapha is earth and water. What is earth and water? Is mud. Right? Mm-hmm. What's mud in the body? Everything that holds the whole structure together. And so the Pitta dosha is earth, is a fire and water. And so spicy food, if somebody has a Pitta imbalance, they're eating hot spicy food, they're creating of the same. If they have Pitta imbalance and they're very intense, fiery people, I'm going to do this now, don't you dare come in my way. No, we're doing it this way. People like that. Mm-hmm. A lot of the coaches are like that. Right. So they're very intense behavior, intense emotions, intense way of thinking creates fire imbalance. Because it's not just food, it's not just the body. Everything will create that. If you have intensity, it's going to create more intensity into the physiology.
Could you see if we have any imbalance, or is it like so much more than that?
They're looking at you, your Vata, your Pitta.
How do you decide that?
How do I decide that? Well, you're built. It's a little smaller. He's a little bit medium built. He's got a little bit reddish going on around him. Red is fire. He's got more reddish, more Pitta. He's got a little bit bulky shoulders. And so, are you an intense person?
Do you think I'm intense? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he can be.
Yeah.
At times I am.
At times, are you also at times laid back? So you go either laid back or you really kind of go intense? Yeah. Yeah, you mostly go a little bit, unnerved.
Yeah.
Like. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but what do you mean by that?
You are a little hyper, and do a lot of things, want to do a lot of things, and a little bit sleep deprived maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how can you tell?
Just because along with the diagnosis, it's not just the pulse diagnosis. I look at the tongue, I look at the person's way of being, how they are. I begin to diagnose somebody the minute they walk into the door. They walk into the door, they haven't even talked to me, I'm already typing my stuff because I see them. I see how they behave. I see how they talk, the sound of their speech, the sound of their voice, their skin. Like, I know his skin, there's redness in his skin, there's a little dryness in your skin. That's very apparent as you walk in.
Wants himself out as a
he may be just, oh, I mean, do you have any issues of like you break into a temper, or you kick somebody, or you get really ticked off, or you know.
I get like anxious.
You get anxious, yeah, because, again, it's just really learning to live. It's learning how to live. So this could be a lot of things. Without knowing, your family structure, without knowing what you're eating, without knowing other things in your life, then I can't really give you. Meditation would be very useful. Learning how to meditate would be very useful for both of you. Right? So it starts with just any breathing. You can even just do some breathing. You want to do some right now?
Sure.
Okay. And again. So each time you breathe, it's like you're breathing into your body. With each breath, you drop into the body a little bit more, creating more space and calmness in the mind. And gently open your eyes. The more you breathe this way, easier it would be to breathe through your nose. So just breathing, what happens when you're breathing is the mind has something to do. It's a breath. You get settled into the body relaxes, and now the mind has a little bit more space because you actually gave it one thing to pay attention to, just your breath, not 10 million things.